Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be looking at new UMI supports. I haven't looked at the cards yet. I was just studying, and of course they have to drop that now. My exam is tomorrow, so I have to go over the cards. The thing is, like, UMI, I feel like has always been like this weird like floodgate deck, because like I used to play this in Master Duel, and like what you usually do with the deck is there's two routes. You either play like the big fish with the jellyfish and floodgate your opponent with that, um, because they can only control like one water or some shit. And then the other way is like you play like the Pacifist whatever field spell, and then you play like skill drain, maximize on like the trap cards, and you get like an infinite token back and forth. And yeah, you just don't let your opponent play. It's super control, right? Control, but also floodgates. Control decks are fun sometimes, but like the floodgate aspect, I don't really like too much. So hopefully this will not actually make the floodgates better and actually just like make a new playstyle so that the deck is actually viable without playing these ass cards. But yeah. Now, who would have thought they would give Umi support when you guys know they gave us this horrible card which has almost no value in like the same sets. This one. So when I saw this initially, I saw the first effect, if your opponent activates a monster effect on the field or when their monster declares an attack, and Umi or a card that mentions Dark Time Wizard is on the field. What that means is like, it made me think, why are you giving Umi support and give them one card? That makes no sense whatsoever. I don't care if it's a fisherman card. I thought they might actually give us Umi supports. Now, it was possible that they don't actually give us Umi supports, and this is just like Konami being Konami, just like giving Umi a shitty support card. But they actually did give us Umi supports. So that card is actually playable in Umi now. So we'll see if these are good and if this is actually decent within the deck, which I would think it would be. Yeah, I haven't looked at the cards, so let's read them together and see if they're any good. If the cards are good, I might play the deck. But let's see. Konami has just revealed 10 support cards for the Omi series coming in Beyond the Brave and in new alt arts. Alright. Atlantis Dragonlord Daedalus. You guys remember this guy? Daedalus. This one. This guy had a huge effect where he just like nukes the board. You can send one face up Omi you control to the grave, destroy all other cards on the field. Okay. So this was hella old. Like, when was that released? Like 2004, guys. They decided to retrain this guy. Okay, so I'm guessing he might have like a nuke effect as well. Also make him like easier to summon. So level 7 Water Sea Serpent, I think same attack and defense, most likely as the OG, yep. If you control Atlantis the Dragon, actually wait. First and third effect once per turn. Okay. So this is once per turn, hard once. If you control Atlantis the Dragon City or Umi, you can special summon this from hand. Okay, easy summoning restriction, I would think, because like there's a lot of ways to get to Umi. And then because this is a new archetype, there's literally 10 support cards. If this does not make the deck playable, I don't know what will. Like the deck will always be dead. So this right here, I think this is a new field spell most likely, because I don't think this actually exists. So we'll look at that, and if it's not, if it's an old one, then we'll just like look at that. But there's no way they don't actually give us a new one. Second effect, this is not once per turn. This card becomes Umi while in the monster zone. Okay. That's interesting. I think there are some cards that actually do have this effect, but this actually makes it so much easier. It's actually kind of broken if you're an Umi player and you know the fact that you can make your monster called Umi, because then you can actually trigger all the like effects that say while you control Umi, you can do this and that. There's a lot of disgusting cards that do disgusting stuff while you control Umi, right? So this actually have a very powerful effect. You can send up to 3 face-up Umis you control to the grave. Add an equal number of cards that I mentioned the field spell from your deck to your hand, except level 7 monsters. Then you can send 1 card on the field to the grave. I should mention this could actually be a continuous spell as well, not necessarily a field spell, right? So with this effect, this is kind of weird because it says you can send up to 3 face-up Umis you control. You can only control 1 Umi unless it's a continuous spell, which is what makes me think this is either a continuous spell or B, this effect right here is possibly applied to every single monster that they have. I would not be surprised if like all the monsters we look through now are gonna have this effect. That will be broken. I'm not gonna lie, that will actually be broken. And what this is doing is it's basically adding an equal number. So you can send up to 3. You can send 1 or 2. And it's gonna add cards that mention Atlantis, the Dragon City from deck to hand. So this is cards, which means it can add spells, traps, and monsters. Except level 7 monsters. Then you get the additional effect to actually send the card on the field to the grave. What's good and what's bad about this? This is an Ash Magnet. I think this is like... You definitely want to Ash this. This 100% the Ash. There's technically a way to actually protect this because this is not a trigger effect. It's a spell speed 1 effect. It's super slow. You can play Jellyfish. Jellyfish is a negate. So this says you can send 1 Umi from hand, deck, or face up. Oh shit. Yes, okay. When your opponent activates a monster effect or spell while Umi is on the field, negate that effect, okay? So what that means is if they have like Droll or Ash, you normal summon this and then you get this on the field because it's gonna be like special summoned, obviously. This is treated as Umi, so it's gonna make the Jellyfish negate live immediately. Also, maybe you can actually utilize the first effect to send Umi to actually send a monster. If there is something like a monster always treated as Umi, for example, or something, right? So yeah, this actually most likely will be played in deck, but we'll see. This is a decent card, except for the fact that it does play into Ash and Droll, quite hard. Actually, we don't know if like it will play into Droll. Maybe this is the only searcher, and then everything else is special summoning from the deck. So we'll have to see. But overall, good card, easy summoning restriction. I think there's a lot of ways to actually search this. There's like Fish Sonar, which I used to play, which I think can search this. Is it? Let's see. Is it level 7 or lower? Or yes, it's 7 or lower. So you can actually add this to your hand. Okay, that's a decent effect. Good card. Also, I like the art. I like anything underwater like this. Looks really good. So, second card, General of Atlantis. This card looks insanely buff. You guys remember this guy? Atlantis. This was the guy who searched like Legendary Ocean, I think. Oh, that is him, right? You can discard this card to the grave, add 1 Legendary Ocean. This guy looks like a baby in this picture. And then he leveled up to this. What do you guys think about that? Now he's a general. From warrior to general, okay. And then he also gained some attack and gains 200 defense. Alright, insane. Also, he was a level 4. Now he's a level 5. Okay, so he's basically just like got promoted to general here. You can only use first and third, yep. You can discard this card, add 1 spell or trap that mentions Atlantis, the Dragon City, from your deck to your hand. Okay. So this is most likely, again, going to be the field spell. It's doing the same effect as Legendary Ocean, except with the new card. Maybe they should have made this Atlantis or Umi, right? Again, okay. Yeah, I figured this was the case. Everything's going to be called Umi here. That is pretty broken. If this card's in your grave and you control Umi, you can special summon this card. So because like the monsters are also treated as Umi, you can actually special summon this without having the actual Umi field spell, right? So that looks like a decent card. It's probably a starter, I want to say. We'll have to see. And good art as well. Monstrous Arms of Atlantis. This is an octopus. I don't actually remember seeing this before. I don't know if this is a retrain or a new card. Level 4 Water Sea Serpent. 15-12. If this card is normal or special, you can target 1 monster in your grave that mentions Atlantis, the Dragon City, special summons and defense. Until now, I feel like the monsters you don't really want to summon these, no? With like this effect. This does nothing on the field. Yes, if you don't use this, you wait until you establish your negate. Because I can actually see here that there's a negate on this guy. And it says when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effects, you can banish and then negate the effects. I don't know why I read this first before this, I'm not gonna lie, but technically you can actually wait until you actually get that on the field, and then you revive this, and then you use the effects with the protection from like a negate, right? And then it works, I guess, the same with jellyfish. But technically, you don't really need jellyfish because you already have this, which is working like jellyfish, kind of. We'll get to that in a second. So, okay, this is technically good because you can play around hand traps as well. And at the same time, this is gonna like flood the field with bodies. I don't know if there's gonna be like new XCs or synchros or whatever. Probably not synchros. There's no tuners here. Probably XCs or maybe links. Okay. This is also this UMI. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can banish this card from field or grave. Okay, this is actually decent. And send one face-up UMI you control to the grave. Negate that effect. So it's not negating the activation, it's negating the effect. This is good. Usually you want to actually negate the effect over activation. Only issue with this is if something activates in the damage step, you cannot negate that with this. Aside from this, this is usually better so that, you know, it works like impulse. They can't use another branded fusion and so on. And this is only on monster effects. Doesn't matter where the monster was activated from. Doesn't matter if it's on the field or hand or grave, which is good. And this can be used from the grave as well, as a quick effect. Yeah, that is actually very good. I don't know how I feel about this being like having to send an UMI you control to the grave. Because like all the monsters are treated as UMI, technically you can send them, but like if you get Dark Rulered, none of them are treated as UMI anymore. So Dark Ruler might be like insane against the sec if you don't have like the actual field spell or continuous. Okay. Overall, this is a good card as well. I think like yeah, these cards have been quite decent. I feel like for their archetype, and you can't really splash. Oh, speaking of splashing them in, there's no restrictions of like into water or Atlantis or Umi or whatever, right? Yeah. Technically, they can get splashed into other decks, which I don't like. Hopefully, there's a bigger restriction soon. Fiendish Vortex of Atlantis, level another monster, huh? Sea Serpent level 4. This looks like what the hell? This looks like Murakumo, right? This is the water version of Murakumo. Okay, you already know it's gonna be broken because of that. And why is it level 4? I feel like this should have been like a level 8. If this card is normal or special, you can send one card that mentions Atlantis from your deck to your grave, except itself. Send anything to the grave. Okay, until now, the monsters actually don't want to be sent to the grave. They actually don't do anything, I feel like. This, oh, actually, dump this, and you have a negate immediately life. Right? Is this sent for cost or effects? It sends for effects. Okay. So if that resolves and you mill this, you actually have a negate for like Droll, you have a negate for Ash, and so on. You just bash this from grave and then send like a face-up Umi you control to the grave, which is gonna be this one. Because this is gonna be treated as Umi. Yep, nice. And then if this card's sent to the grave and you control Umi, you can special summon one water monster from the hand. How do I feel about this? I don't know if there's a lot of water floodgates, besides the ones that I already know, like the Umi stuff. But if you can search water monsters, like any water monster with like this deck, and then you can just use this effect, this one, to send up to 3 face-up Umis, including this, to trigger its effect to summon that floodgate. I feel like that would be disgusting. What do you guys think? I'm not giving you guys any ideas, but like, is that possible or no? I guess Fish Sonar can like search a lot of stuff. Alright, I think this is a very good card. It's gonna play through hand traps, it's gonna give you extenders. It is an extender actually, technically, because it's gonna be able to send stuff to the grave. This is not... I mean, this is gonna be like another good card to actually send to the grave. Then you can like revive this, and this is a level 5, and this is a level 4. You can't exceed some, but you can link with this, right? Okay, decent card. Then we have, oh, link monsters. Okay. Immediately link 4, not even like link 1 or 2. Blue Ocean Dragonlord, Neo Daedalus Rage. This guy looks insane, though. He looks angry as hell. Look at him. I guess the rage makes sense, huh? So the arrows are basically like Apollo. This is nice because you have like three pointing downwards. If this is link summoned, four generic monsters, dot dot dots. I'm kind of worried about this. Hopefully there's a lock. You can special summon up to three monsters that mention Atlantis from grave to your zones this card points to. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn. Okay, you can actually stop this quite easily. If you ogre this, it's gone. And also does not get to summon because it's summoning to the zones that this card points to. Additionally, this is only summoning from grave. I was kind of scared it would summon from the deck when I saw this, but this is actually quite balanced. This is completely fine. I don't actually mind this because you can't special summon anything else for the rest of the turn. It's treated as Umi, yep. And then once per turn, quick effect, you can send one face-up Umi you control to the grave. Send all cards on the field to the graveyard. Okay. This is working like the Daedalus effect. I feel like they thought it was too powerful to put it on normal monster. Sorry, the effect monster, like this one. So instead, they just put it on the Link monster, Link 4. So how will this work? It's a soft once per turn quick effect, which doesn't matter because no one's summoning more than one of this. Because it's gonna lock you, obviously. You can send one face-up Umi you control to the grave. This sends for cost, I think. Yeah, I think so. And all your monsters are Umis. So whatever you actually summon off of this effect, you're gonna have three Umis, four Umis, including itself. Why is this good? Because I think this sends for cost, which means you can actually send itself under like skill drain, and then nuke their entire board. Right? Yeah, that is actually interesting. Wow. And then accept Umi. What does that mean? Hold on. If this is treated as Umi, if all your monsters are treated as Umi, wouldn't that mean that they actually stay on the field and they don't get nuked by this effect? So it's like a one-sided Zeus, right? That's what this is. Like you're Zeusing their field. Although it is gonna get rid of your non-engine if you have anything set or other non-Atlantis monsters. But aside from this, like if you play like only engine and you're actually using the cards, like these new cards, this is quite disgusting. Nuke the board plus your cards stay on the field. Wow. Okay. Damn. This card's decent. Yeah, I actually like this. This is very good. Oh, this actually reminds me. Zelantis exists, by the way. Do you guys think this is gonna be usable or not? We're gonna have to see. So, another Link monster. Link 3 this time. Levia, Dragon, Daedalus. Are we gonna get Link 1 and 2s as well? Like Link Line? Bottom left is basically, it has the same arrows as this, except this also has an up arrow. Okay, this is good. If this card is Link summoned. Wait. This can revive this, right? Okay. If this card is Link summoned, you can special summon one monster that mentions Atlantis from the deck. Ah, shit. Just when I thought, like, they're putting restrictions to stop people from, like, bridging into this, they put a card like this. No, technically, you can bridge into this with, like, mainly water decks, like Mermail. So Mermail can actually bridge into this, and I don't like that. This is gonna be horrible because then what that means is, like, the best way to play the deck is most likely gonna be with Mermail, right? Yeah, I don't like this. Super generic. And you get to summon anything from the deck, and then I don't think the Mermail deck uses any field spells either. So then you can like put your field spells or continuous spells, and you just start playing, and you get all of these interruptions with your Mermail stuff, and also hand drop your opponent for 5. Like what the fuck? This card's name becomes Umi while in the monster zone, of course. During the main phase, quick effect, you can send one face up Umi you control to the grave. Your opponent discards their entire hand, and if they do, they draw the same number of cards. Neither player can activate cards or effect in response. How good is this? What do you guys think? Is that good? They're drawing the same number of cards. You're not actually hand dropping them technically, and you can also send their like tier cards. You can send like Skull Archfiend to the grave with this. You can like fuel their graveyards if they're playing like a deck that utilizes the grave. So is that really gonna be good? Unless you have Droll and Lockbird. Because if you have Droll and Lockbird, this is this is FTK, right? Because they would activate an effect to add a card, and then you chain Droll and Lockbird, and then you chain this to Droll. Sorry, no, that's not how it's gonna work. You're gonna chain this, and then chain Droll. Because this is your opponent discards their entire hand. And if they do, they draw the same. So it's gonna get discarded, and then it's gonna check to see if it got discarded, and then it's gonna attempt to draw. Which means by that point, they have no cards in hand, and they're under Droll. So I guess it's an FTK with Droll, basically. Okay, not cool. Oh, there we go. Atlantis, the Dragon City, of course. Field spell, yep. This is, okay, I was expecting more water. This is, I don't know what the hell this is. It's like a, what is this, Ancient Egypt? I don't know. The levels of all monsters in both players' hands and fields are decreased by, oh my god! Hey, yo, chill, Atlantis. Chill, bro. This is going to fuck up Cool Tune. It has a permanent level modulation. What that means is like Synchro exceeds everything is gonna be fucked up here. That is not good for the game, guys. That is not good for the game. Come on, they need to stop printing shit like this. This is only widely controlled monster that mentions Atlantis, the Dragon City. Yeah, that matters, of course. You can link summon Daedalus monsters with one less material, and then reduce the number of materials listed for the link summon. What the fuck? They've never printed anything like this before, no? So what this is saying is like, let's actually look at the link monsters. Let's say this one, okay? This is insane. So this is a link 3, right? This requires 3 water monsters. This is saying you can link summon Daedalus monsters. Let's see if this is a Daedalus monster. It is, okay. With one less material. So you actually need, instead of 3 water monsters, you actually need 2 water monsters. And then you reduce the number of materials listed for the link summon of all Daedalus monsters by 1. So now you need 2 water monsters, and because of that second effect, you actually need 1 water monster to go into this. So it's a link 1. This is a link 1 with the field spell. Are you guys comprehending this? Okay, this actually makes the deck so much broken. So much more broken, and this card especially. Because I was thinking 3 water monsters, like at what point will you want to summon anything off of this? Because like you already probably have all the monsters, because there's 4 new monsters. You have to use 3 of them to go into this, and then like what's left, right? And one of the monsters actually dumps something from the deck, which could be the other monster. This means this is a link 1. What do you guys think about this? Is this fair or not? Okay. That's these 2 effects are insane. Actually insane. I don't know why they felt the need to actually print something like this mega floodgate every deck, and then also make a disgusting link 1. Because now, like, what's gonna happen is, like, I'm gonna play this in other decks as well, right? If this card's in your grave and you control UMI, you can place this face up. Awesome. Clap, clap, clap. Good job. You have made it super easy to actually get access to this, and you have floodgated every deck. I can literally slap 2 cards in my deck to literally shut off everything else in the entire game. All I need is this. If this card's normal or special, you can send one monster that mentions, one card that mentions Atlantis, right? So you basically mill this, and then this says if you control UMI, which this monster is treated as UMI, right? So then you put this face up on your field, and then do your combo. Go like Swordsman, activates, puts Mind Shuffle, and just play the game. Cool Tune cannot play. It's a free win against Cool Tune. And they actually just can't do fuck all. And now I can also just use this as a link 1 to go into this, special summon another monster, And then I can go into this. This is a link 2 now. What is going on? What the fuck is this deck, bro? Oh my god, nah. Nah, this is not cool. This is not cool. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, to be honest. Like, you don't even need these cards. Like, these actually don't even matter. That's the thing. Like, I would realistically play this. This with this, because, like, the Link 2, this one, the Link 2 will summon this, right? And then I have a free monster negate as well on top of my board. With my, like, chaos stuff. That's not fair. Why did they think that was a good idea? No. And this is like 3 water monsters. I can go Reproducus, make one of them water if I only have the field spell and nothing else. And then Reproducus, because with my chaos combo, right? Make one of them water, and then I can go into this. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. Now we have a normal spell card. Oh my god. This is not gonna be cool. Like, the deck is just gonna be disgusting here. Atlantis Call, add one monster that mentions Atlantis, the Dragon City, from your deck to your hand. Then if you control the field spell, you can negate the effects of one effect monster your opponent controls until the end of the turn. That's very good. That's like a key to Dragon Tail effect. I like when they have effects in addition to, like, adding, not just like emergency call, add one elemental hero. This actually gives you value. Go in second. Yeah. If you control Umi, banish this card from grave. All water monsters you can currently control gain 500 attack and defense. Okay, cool. That's a very good way to actually make a card that's like a starter. Also better go in second because it has these 2 effects, right? I like this. Yeah. Atlantis Advent, continuous. Oh, there is also a continuous spell. Okay. And this is Daedalus, of course. This card's name becomes Umi on the field, of course. During your main phase, you can place one Atlantis, the Dragon City, or Umi from your deck face up on. Oh, I love that. I love that, because now we can just floodgate the fuck out of everyone. Now you can't even, like, go Synchro Emergency on turn 0 because all your levels are modulated and there's just a fuck all you can do. Like, yeah, this is disgusting. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one level 7. Yes, just add any level 7 Sea Serpent for free. Because there's a million ways to send it to the grave. This also sends it to the grave, you can see, to actually add more cards. So you're never going to be, like, fucked over. Yeah, this deck is insane. I saw Link 3 and 4 and I was like, these are just, like, probably useless. They're just, like, at the end of the combo. They don't actually do anything. The deck felt weak. Until they made this a Link 1 and this is a Link 2. And then there's a trap card as well. Daedalus Milestorm. You guys think this card will be good? It's a counter trap. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's gonna be good or not? Before we even read the card. Okay. You can only use one of the first and second effects of this card's name per turn and only once that turn. Okay, so you can either use this or this. When your opponent would normal or special summon the monster while you control Atlantis, negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. Then if you control Water Link, you can just... What? Then if you control a Water Link monster, destroy all non-water monsters on the field. So, okay, what I'm understanding from this is they made this deck specifically to destroy Kultu. This is Solemn Judgments. A searchable Solemn Judgments against Kultu. Not only does it negate their Synchro, the things that go to the grave for the material actually don't even trigger it because the card was never summoned. And then in addition to this, if they control anything else, destroy all their other monsters. What the fuck? It's a counter trap. You can't even respond to this. There's nothing you can do. You can't chain Killer Tune Synchro. You can't, like, go Droplets. You can't, like, freaking chain, I don't know, MST or some shit. That's insane. This card's ridiculous. And then this is gonna say you can banish this card from grave and send one face-up Umi you control to the grave. Target one monster your opponent controls, send it to the grave. These are not popping, by the way. Like, most of these are actually sending to the grave like Zeus. And then we have an Art of Fish Sonar. Okay, that's actually hilarious. Anything else? No. Okay, this is broken. Like, this archetype is actually disgusting. And there is no lock, so you can actually play this in Mermail, and Mermail is going to be disgusting here. Okay, I don't know what you guys like. I don't know what you guys think about this deck after reading these cards, but I think it's disgusting. I think this is gonna be an unfair deck. You can play floodgates as there's no locks, like no real locks at least. And this right here. You know what? There's a world where I just like splash this and this in every deck. Just like inherently shut everything off. And you guys know I'm gonna find a way to actually search this consistently in whatever deck I play. I'm gonna find a way. Alright, and then I'm gonna make this stupid freaking play. That's disgusting. Okay. I don't know what to say. Let me know what you guys think about the new cards and this right here. Okay. And yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.